Praise the Lord, everyone. My name is Anita Rumo, and I'm from Arunachal Pradesh. Today, I'm here to share my testimony with you all. Before I begin, I would like to thank God so much and for this day today God has given me. I thank Him that He has given me opportunity through Pastor Kasau letting me to know the importance of a testimony. Pastor Kasau is the one who has suggested and told me the importance of a testimony, and I should give my testimony to you all. As since before I never thought it any necessary or took any importance that I should share. I just only keep it to myself and just thank God and praised Him. But Pastor Kasau told me how it can be a blessing to many believers. And yes, I believe in Him. So I decided to prepare my testimony and share with you all. So I thank you for this day that God has again chosen me this day to deliver my testimony. So before beginning, I will just start from a Bible passage. So I will take it from the book of James chapter 1 verses 2 to 3. Consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Praise be to God. Why I read this passage is because it's too much related to me and my problems that has made me come closer to God. And what it said is absolutely right and correct. After watching my videos, you will know why I said it now. So just stay connected and watch my video. Hope God may enlighten you more through my videos, and also help me to increase my faith more and more in Him, because day by day I'm getting a new learning from Him and through my believers, and especially through Pastor Kasau's and his way of telling God's about to me. So that's it, miracle in my life. Always my day starts with a miracle. I believe it that way. So do watch my video and make sure you also stay connected with God and recall all the blessings that you had in your life, which you have never thought it any importance, but each day is very important that God has provided us, and it's a blessings too. So do watch it. I will just start on it. But I have never known Him and never known as a Christian I should learn the basic things. I've never gathered the things also. But slowly when I reached to class 10, 12, then after facing so much of difficulties and problems, only I came to know God more and I became closer to Him. So when I was at my 9 age, I started to read my scriptures, because there only I learned to read and write. So I started reading scriptures, but I just make sure that I used to make the 10 commandments, that I should follow it and I should not deny that it, and I should exactly follow what it says. I just do it that way, and I don't follow other way. Sometimes I will read, sometimes I will not read. But when I reached to class 10, then after finishing my 10th, I went for 12th. Then I got so many troubles together, even though I was getting from childhood, but I was not much aware of that, and I'm not that much mature that I could feel all that trouble, even though I'm facing it. But after 10th only, I realized all these troubles that way. It was because that from childhood onwards I didn't get my paternal care from my father's side, because he left my mom when I was in my mother's womb, and my mother got married when I was 3 years old. Then my father, he got married, and I was stuck in the middle, neither here neither there. So they used to tell me that grandma in village, they have take care of me and they have made me this much grown up girl now. So I used to thank them for giving me this giving me good care during my childhood when I need my parents most, but I didn't get. but I didn't feel bad now. But when I was in just matured and started feeling all those things, I was so much worried and I was with so much tense and depressed, because whenever I get attached with my families, I will be getting very hurted. It's very bad feelings. I used to feel that my father he doesn't like me, because whenever I am in at home, I just used to be my with my mom. It will be fighting. It will be quarreling with so much kinds of words using on me that I hardly bear it, because small time I bear a lot, but after means could sense the understanding level, it was very difficult to manage with them. So I decided to become a nun. So I went there. Even my mom suggested me. She said, now there is no one to look after your studies, no one to care you. It's better for you to join the nun, that missionary, that like Catholic church, there will be fathers, sisters, like that. So I decided to join them, and I was with them for 2 years. But still I was not interested. I was just like that I need my parents care, I need someone to care, I need to have my dad, my mom, like that. Whatever they treat me, but I will be okay, but I want them to be together, and also I want them and along with me also. So when I just finished, my stepdad he called me and he said that I can come back home, then I can be with them. It was a really happiness I felt that moment. I came back, then I realized when I came back, then he taught, you don't need to study, you need to work in my village, and you can do after that. As being a girl, you don't need much more higher studies. He told me like that. That made me very upset, and I asked my mom whether what he meant is different for what he have called me like that. Then it was same as usual like before. Then I knew that I cannot stay here at home. I need to go my further studies. I need to do something. So I just left there and I left to my district. There I found very difficulties because there was no one to care and take my response. Finding very difficult to this. There was no one to take my responsibility. It was hard to find to stay to eat and to go to school, as it was my higher. So actually I was so much interested and obsessive in studying with science, and I always loved studying it, and I was very good in my studies also. So I don't want to go in arts, commerce, or anywhere. My heart was willing that I should study science. It's my favorite subject after all. Whatever maybe, I need to study that one. I just felt that way. Then it was very difficult for me because I have just came from Meghalaya board. So embossed, so I need to get into a CBSE. So it was very difficult. Then after so many struggles, even one of my friend, we are together at Meghalaya, but she said she got so much trouble and she need to go and everywhere, and after a lot of struggle only she got admission. And I thought I lost my hope and I was very scared. Then I took my known brother and I took him. Then I just got my admission just within one day. My friends told me that she got at least 45 days, like that, 1 month and a half days. She was struggling to get admission because of embossed board and to get into CBSE board. So I felt very happy how it comes that I got just admission in one day without any struggle, without any worries. And even the admission fees were very less. That my mother had given me that 3,000 rupees. That helped my whole, I think, 3 months, like that, or 4 months. Basically more than that I was using it, because per day I usually use more than 5 rupees or 10 days, like that. What is necessary only I was using it, and I was securing it because I have nothing, I didn't earn. Then I just came up from hostel. Then after coming to home, I faced that again, same thing. So I just left in a hurry. so I have nothing with myself. After studying, I got also after 11th, I did my 12th. During my 12th, I was so much worried because I could not pay my studies fees, tuition fees, and I was struggling a lot. I feel very bad, and I thought why it was me struggling so much without that without any support from me from backside. Why my family has done to me like that? Why my father has done to me like that? Then I realized I should ask at least my father once time. Before I ask him, I should take my mother's permission and my stepdad, even though they know they don't need it, but I should ask them. I felt like that, and asked my mom. Then I asked my stepdad. Then he gave me harsh words. I know he never treat me well. He treats me very differently. So he gave me harsh word. So I didn't say anything. I was just crying. Then I told my mom, I thought it necessary to ask permission from you, and she said, okay, you can. She told me like that. Then as soon as I finished, I called my father. I got his number. Then I called him and asked him to just help me in my studies, even though he doesn't care me and he doesn't want me to adopt, but still just help me in my studies so that I can study and complete my all degrees like that. I was thinking. Then suddenly I got rejected, and I was so much taken back that I don't know what to speak. I just cursed him in that way, that you have your children and your children also will bear the same thing that I have gone through. I just said and cursed him that way. But he still just mocked me back. He told that I should not call him that anymore. I should not say claim that anymore. He just told me in very bad way, and he was making fun of me. I felt very depressed and very bad that I have encountered all this also in my life, and that lead me into very depression mode, and I started to get involved, and I just kept my studies away from me as I cannot pay my fees and other things also. My needs also I cannot gather any money for it. So I was just involved with others in smoking, drinking, or getting alone, or everywhere, and just useless things I was getting involved. Then later, one brother, he approached me and he asked me to go to church with him, and I denied, and I said, I'm not willing to go, even though I believe in him. I don't feel that I should go to church, and I don't need anyone. And in my heart, I feel that if God is there, why He hasn't helped me, and why He has done this much to me from childhood till now, why I need to face all this, because of He's the one. He's making my destiny. So He should be responsible. God should be responsible for the troubles I'm getting. That was my point of view and my thinking. Then that brother, he requested me more than 3 months. Then I felt very uneasy, and after that I accepted. I said, okay, as being an elder, I will just go to church for their sake, and I'll just come back like that. He took me to the church, and when I went to the church, the pastor who was giving means message, I feel like it was all towards me, and it was pointing me like that way, and I'm feeling very guilty, and I'm getting angry also. Why for this only brother had told me to go to church? Because when I was in Catholic church, I have never experienced like other church, because in Catholic church it will be very simple and silent way of praying, and also even though in the Sundays, but here in other church there will be praise and worship, singing, praising, and explaining like that. So it was totally different for me to see all this. Then I thought, why he has brought me this to church to hear all these things that which makes me guilty, and I feel very angry, sadness. Then I just kept quiet, and after finished home, and he asked me, "How is church?" He asked me. I I kept silent, and after some days I didn't say anything. It was okay. I just told like that, but inside my heart I was feeling why all the pastor told the messages and explain was all about me like that. I was feeling. Then why he has pointed me directly like that? Then I came down and I asked brother, in your church they used to preach like that? I asked him. He said, yeah, they used to preach like that. Then others believers, they don't say anything? I asked him. Then he said, no, it's like this we are preaching, and as a believer, he as a pastor, he preach what is right and what is written in the Bible. And I thought, I have read it, my scriptures. I have Bible, I have read it, but I never felt of that way of explanation. I have never heard it. I thought like that. Then again next time he requested me along with his wife. Then I went. Then there only I realized, I cried and I asked forgiveness from God. But after this also my bad habits were not going away. I was just stuck in that because I was feeling very miserable. In times I was getting no one to support me. Then I was going for work like with laborers. I was working with them. I was spending my day out of my without my study. I was going there, I was enjoying there, I was going there, working there, coming back, like that. I was just hardly saving money, and I was just doing my own businesses. Just my interest in study was gone, and I felt even if I die also, no one will come and take care of me. That was my state. Then after so much struggling, my best friend, she just asked her brother-in-law to take me to his home, because there was empty room in his place. Big house was there, so he took me there. There also, even though how much we stay with, how much we care and how much we get love from others, it's not much that much effective that we get from our own loved ones like that. I was there anyhow. Then I managed to leave my bad habits. Then I started to work hard. Then I completed my 12th along with tuition fees, and I got everything with so much difficulties and troubles. I got completed my 12th. I thought I wouldn't be getting any pass mark this time, because I didn't study well and I have no time to study. I am going to work after coming work, because I have very less money with me, so it's difficult for me to gather for my tuition fees. Anyway, I got home to stay. Then I was working and earning myself too. Then after some time I reached to capital. I did my BSc nursing in botany and zoology. Then I have just finished my just half second semester. Then I got a call from my parents that my father, sex stepdad, he got cancer and he need to be operated. He is in last stage. They told me like that. Even though he is not my real dad, he treated me badly, but still I have so much feelings for him. I love him more than my real dad, and still now I too. I love him so much that I was so much in serious way, and I could not help myself. And wherein I was in capital, I don't know that I got involved with the bad girls. I I was so much innocent that I cannot recognize people's ways, motives, and their ways of doings. Later on, after staying with them 6 months, and I realized that I've been with the wrong people. Once night they were drinking and they were bringing so many boys and like that. Then only I understood and I realized that they are doing different works, and they are trying to make me involved in that so that I can work from them. So it was like a sex worker life like that. I was get involved in like that. Then after realizing, I feel very shameful, and I was thinking, all the 6 months I was being with them, I have never known that they are working this way. And how comes all people were watching me, and how comes I face all that very quietly, how they will be thinking about me. That made me very upset, and I just left next morning. And I don't know where to go, and the loan is in my head, and I don't want to argue with them anymore because I have found their way of living and what they are doing. So it's just very shameful to me. I could not bear that. If this things goes out, means how will be my moms will be reacting, and how will be my relatives they will be reacting, and how people will think about me that I was with a sex worker and I was living with them. Obviously they will be thinking me very wrong way. Then there I got one sister, she's from Baptist church. Then she just called me and she said, "Sister, I want to pray for you." She just called me and she prayed for me. And after praying, she just told me that I have very difficulties in my life and very struggling way. I need to pray hard. God loves me so much. He loves you so much, and you are capable of doing His works. She said me like that. Then I was a little bit surprised, and I thought, "Oh, why?" And she just prayed, and she said, "Continue to pray and do fasting." She told me, but I said okay. Then after she left, I have nowhere to go, and I need to leave my college too. Then I have no place, and I just got work as a housekeeping. Then I stayed there. Then for 3 months I was in depression. I didn't contact anyone, neither my friends nor my mommy. I was just silent, and I was bearing it alone. It's so much. Every day I will be crying. Every night I will be struggling, and there is no way. I found that my life has finished now. Now it's better for me to die. I don't need to live now. But later I just prayed without any sense. I just prayed. I prayed, and I found myself little bit peace. Then I just started praying again. I'm very happy that God has leading me and He is protecting me, and He wants me to continue please Him and do things to Him like that. So I'm so much happy. I cannot describe now. Even you can feel that after struggling, I'm now going to be 22. From my childhood to till now, what I have gone through, and suddenly I'm getting my family back, like getting united with my families. It's such a blessings of God, because I have lost my hope before, and I hoped again in God, and God has provided me all the things. And even though I face little problems, struggles, but I don't worry now. I have God with me. He always protects me. He guides me. That's what I believe in Him. And my faith is to increase in Him only, because you can see a miracle in my life, like how God has. It was very difficult for me now how I should tell Him, because He will never listen to me. If He takes me, He will always take in bad way. The connection between us is little bit also, it's not good. Even with my mom, I cannot speak what I feel from childhood onwards till I have grown up. I cannot speak what I want. I have never asked her also. I have never told what I feel, what I have done. We just if she calls me, she will just ask me, "How are you?" And when I say I'm fine, and "What about you?" she will say, "I'm fine." That will be our conversation, just less than 1 minute like that. So because if she contacts me, my dad will be very angry on her. So she don't want that fight again. I too, I don't want that they should fight because of me, that she has spoken me like that. So I just felt very bad, and I continue praying, and I wish my father could get into a Christian life like that. Still now I pray him like that. But there is a sudden change when he got operated with much difficulties. They got operated, even though his operation was not successful, But it was a miracle that at the age fourth stage of cancer, he got survived, and he got operated also. Even it was so much financial problem was there, so much difficulties and sacrifices were there, but still he got all right and he was sent to home, and mom was happy. Then there became a link between me and my family. There means started contacting how I'm living, how my work is going on, what I'm eating. That contact, we became so much closer, and little by little, and compared to now, I'm very happy that I can speak with them. Now I'm taking the responsibility of my families. I'm looking them, they depends on me, and I so happy that I have blessed with all that, and it's all God. Because I will tell you that how God has protected and guided me. When I was just small time, I got sexual harassment more than 6 times. If I think about that, I have no place to survive. When I was small only, and I have no idea what people they will think about me. Then later I got opportunity to come to Chennai to work. Then I came to Chennai. Here also I struggled so much. At the beginning, I struggled so much. Being with others is, you can never say that it's good or it's very adjustable to stay with them. It's not like that. It's very difficult whenever we stay with others or we depend on others. It was so much difficult that anyway I could not face it, but I faced little by little. I cried, I went back, but still there is no way of going back. Then when after just being 3 or 4 months, then I was from RDA to I shifted to Valacheri. Then when I saw, I was just willing to go to church so much, like when I was so much in trouble and I just got in bad things. That way, the brother he came me and he took me to church, and after that, I just got rid of my bad habits. And after in my capital also, when that sister she came and prayed me, and again I get hope to pray again. So this time there was no one to approach me. I felt like that, because and I thought like there wouldn't be anyone who will approach me now this time. So I was keeping first thing and praying. Then I want to go to church. I was just willing like that, because with whom I was sitting, they all were all Hindus, and they don't believe like that. So it's very hard. Then one day when I was throwing dustbin, then I just got into. Then I asked that Duke Church prayer was there. Then pastor was not there. I just asked brothers sisters. They were there. I remember Sister Helen. She was there, and one sister with a big face. She was there. Then I asked, it's this church, and what's the time of starting church, in the morning or night time? And they told me, and I came to church and I met Pastor Kasau. Then he told me, he just told me God's word, and he prayed for me. I cried that time, and after reaching room, I felt very peace. After crying, I feel very peace, and after praying, I feel very different, and I felt this is what God's want. Even though if I am in trouble and I'm struggling, I should never quite pray. I will depend on God, and God will solve all the problems. And my mom was also struggling, and glad I used to thank God every time I pray and every time I woke up. I cannot just thank Him enough for giving me such beautiful life. Before, I am the one I used to curse my life. Why it's me? Why I need to face all these things? And why God has done to me this like that? And why I need to go and face all these things? This all my cursed. I used to curse my life, but now I regret all that way, and I'm very happy that God has given me this such a beautiful life to live this world, and I've been born. So I'm always happy with all these things. Once you're connected with God and once you receive Him, you will be very much happy all the time. Even if you face not problems, that won't bother you anymore, because it's in God's hand. Only God can do all things, and who can clear all our paths and problems. So I always thank him. As in this world, we always used to long for human desires and longings. Likewise, I was so much possessive in my studies, that I need to study very hard, I need to get a good job, I need to be like, I was my ambition was just, I need to become a doctor, like that. I was so much possessive that anyhow I need science stream. I don't want anywhere. I need to do that one. I need to do it like that. And when I failed that problem, it's my way of thinking and my way of wish. So I regret now, because everything depends on God. I should not make my own plans. I should plan with God, that only my plans will be success. I became so much selfish in that way. As being a human, I made mistake that way. So now I don't long anymore. I don't bother now whether I get proper education or whether I get that or not. Now I'm pursuing my BA in English, but still I'm happy, because after planning with God and me, it's everything is successful. Well, I was planning alone myself. I need to do this way, I need to go that way, I will work this way, like that. Nothing works out. Everything, it used to fail, and it will disappoint you so much that you will be in miserable again. You can't back from that shock to again. So you will again complain God. And what I have experienced all this also. So plan with God, go with him, do with him, and stay with him. That will be, your life will be so much beautiful, and you can feel it, the inner peace. No, nothing worries or nothing struggles can make your hearts. So I will conclude here, as I have told with my simple livings and how I encounter God and how I faced and how I am now. So it's very good for me to share with you all. I feel very happy. Okay, you can see me through this videos also, or through this. So I will just believe that as a believer, you all should love and stay connected with him, be with him, and always pray well. That's what I want you all believers. And I hope through my sharings, it has somehow taught you how God importance and how God's protection is, and how powerful our Almighty God is. You may know him, and I believe some of may even receive more blessings and more protection than me, but still you have forgotten, or you have never mind about it. But please go through your life and make yourself corrected before it's too late. Just be with God and pray him. He will always make you realize of your mistakes. I always pray that, Lord, make me realize of my mistakes. Let me correct myself. Help me to give me the strength to overcome which I cannot bear, or which I am in sinking that way in that thoughts. Lord, please help me to come out. You will realize. So once you realize the importance of God and God's blessings in your life, you will always be happy, and you will always thank him much more than that. The troubles we face is nothing more than what God's love us. Okay, God's love is much more bigger than our family care and every all. People think that our parents are second God. Yeah, I believe that they are second God, but still, what about that who don't have parents? They get God's protection. I believe that God is above all. You need to be good with all your people, love everyone, be good with everyone, but always be with God. Talk with him every day. Make him as your best friend, like I have made him. I used to speak like I'm speaking alone. I will be speaking like that. And so some of my friends, they used to tell me, she's in different world, don't disturb him, like that. And I have no problems in that, because whenever I feel a little bit guilty, or feel very sad, or I feel very uncomfortable, I directly pray to God, or I directly say to God, with open eyes or closed eyes, I will directly say to him, God, just give me the right way, just make me realize what it's wrong and what I should do or not. Just pray and God, from my own people, my non people, I still could not believe all that ways, and I don't know how I escaped and how I am saved and how I'm protected. But now I feel very glad and happy that God has protected me from my small onwards to till I have grown now, till now. He has blessed me so much, and the complaints I made on Him, I feel regretted. I should not do that way. I feel very bad now, but I'm happy that I have come to Him and I have known Him. And now whenever I encounter with any kinds of problems and difficulties, I am always happy and I depend it on God, because I know He will be taking care of me and He wants me to know something from that problem or situation, or else He wouldn't give me this much, because He has some motive and what He does is always good and it's all good to me. So that's what I believe in Him. Overall, as I have told you, from my childhood to present, now I have my parents along with me and I am taking care of them. Recently my mom got a little bit sick, but there is nothing problem in that. My dad, he is sharing me, he is talking me, he is good to me now. Whenever he will call to me how I am doing, my brothers, sisters, when just a few months away, when my sisters, they're against me, means it's just a different father, different like that, because of due to that, like that, I'm afraid that they will be away from me. But now I'm very happy. Everyone is contacted me and everyone, they're happy with me and I speak with them, and I'm happy now. If I go home, I will be happy. I will be with my family, because from small onwards I was away from, and I don't even stay hardly 1 month in my home. Just 1 week, 2 days, 3 days, more than week I will stay there, then I won't be there again. I will be always away from home, being my own, standing on myself, like that. But as I have known God, when I came to, after coming to Chennai through Pastor Kaso, my faith has increased more. It was God sent the last approach, I would say, in that way, because one by one God sent one people, another people. I don't know them, but they have approached me and they have reminded me to go to church, to pray and all. And at the end, Pastor, he is the one who has suggested me to give this testimony. So weak and lonely evermore, because I have experienced the loneliness I have in my life, and the embarrassment I got, and the things I encounter, all very very different and very different ways, and caused me different mental effects. But still, now whatever, if I have any problems or if I get anything, I won't worry it anymore. I don't care it anymore. As long as I have God, nothing can destroy me. Even though everything what I receive may go also, but still I will never complain God again, because He loved me so much and He has given me this life, and I should make sure that I should worship Him and I should please Him. That's why I always believe now, and I try to do it. So yes, some days I used to be away from Him. Like I used to be, as a human, I used to be upset if I stop praying, like that. But always remember, never stop praying. If you stop praying and if you stop connecting with God, you will become as a normal human and you will face all the problems again. So it's better always to stay connected Him, so that you don't get involved in human nature again. Once you started living with God, you will always know and you will always be happy and peaceful.